Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
Hello viewers, I am Dr. Sanjeev P. Sahni and today I will be explaining to you the nurture effect, the importance of the physical environment which we live in has been widely argued since ages. The physical setting of any organization can have major impacts on the psychological and emotional well-being of those who enter that organization, regardless of their age, gender, etc. The environment we see around us can also ensure that we are being cared for and valued. Giving you an example, colorful backgrounds or frequent advancements in the settings depict that the environment is being looked after for and is valued. Even though the physical environment holds utmost significance, nurturing is also considered extremely essential. Talking about what nurture actually means, it can be defined as the strive to grow or develop, encourage, cultivate and nourish environments that foster the development of psychological or behavioral issues are commonly described as nurturing environments. The nurturing environment also celebrates our achievements even when they are minuscule. When someone tells us that we have done a good job, it automatically generates positivity in us. A nurturing environment also encourages open channels of communication, thereby making oneself feel valued, safe, secure and understood. It also helps us deal with and sail through the difficult phases in our lives. What are the benefits of nurturing environments? Nurturing environments promote and reinforce helping behaviors, including regulation of certain behaviors and skills which are considered crucial to become a productive member in society. Such environments also foster the ability to be mindful of one's thoughts and feelings. A nurturing environment can also help reduce the negative attitudes one holds towards others. It has also been widely researched that such an environment can also help in promoting healthy interpersonal relationships. There have been various programs all over the world and strategies which have been designed and implemented to reduce maladaptive behavior such as smoking, drinking, rash driving, etc. Though some of these programs might have been successful, they still need to be better organized, empirically grounded and persuasive, and also innovative to gauge audience attention so that a healthy, fulfilling and nurturing environment can be promoted and maintained. It is also essential to promote the prevalence of such nurturing environments to maximize the potential of the youth to develop successfully. Such nurturing environments can also prove essential for children, since children learn and grow in their immediate environment. During early childhood years, parents can play a critical role in providing a nurturing environment to their children. The following things which I'm going to talk may help. For example, 1. Being positive, playful, and warm. 2. Spending lots of time playing with their child by also integrating different mediums such as art, music to engage with them. 3. Paying attention to their child's moral development, which is important. 4. Being physically and emotionally available to them, like also hugging them occasionally or using physical touch so that they feel safe and secure with them. 5. Talking to them regularly. 6. Protecting their child from any stress or anxiety. 7. Having family rituals like the entire family sitting together for meals is important. Maybe you can have one meal together, maybe after dinner everyone should sit together and have dinner together. 8. Not giving in to their demands immediately. Healthy, nurturing environments are also considered more likely to enhance well-being if psychological flexibility is promoted and ensured. Hence, it is crucial to design and promote public health campaigns, policies, and programs to promote nurturing environments. Media can also help in promotion and development of such programs and interventions. One such intervention might be to promote helping or pro-social behaviors in families and schools. Such programs must also integrate research and practice undertaken around the efforts to increase the prevalence of nurturing environments. A public health movement based on this foundation can also help in increasing the prevalence of nurturing environments. That sums up today's topic. Keep watching JIBS Infotainment. You may like, share, and subscribe our channel for more informative content. Thank you.